Doing it from a different angle today. You know what I mean? Joshy Jim God coming at y'all live. You know what I mean? Here to talk to y'all about NBA Youngboy's drug-induced crash out. You know what I mean? Here to talk to y'all. Let's talk about it, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all know, y'all, you know my followers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we got our own little. I got the merch coming too, y'all. I got the t-shirts coming. And I'm about to get back in the barber shop. I hollered at my partner, so I'm finna be back in the shop. Everything finna happen. Coming up in this month, y'all finna see me painting. I'm gonna be painting live for y'all. Uh, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of things, man. I'm gonna be cutting hair live for y'all. In the gym live, cause I'm gonna get a gym where the music gonna be playing in the background, so I won't get caught for copyright. You know what I mean? But let's talk about NBA YoungBoy's drug-induced crash out. And what y'all need to understand about drugs and what they do to people. Drugs and alcohol. We're gonna like, and that's another thing. People separate alcohol and drugs. They the same thing. Alcohol is a drug. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of people get the misconception at where they think alcohol is not a drug. Alcohol is a drug. You know what I'm saying? The same as drugs are drugs. Um, when you on drugs like that, on pills, drinking a lot, whatever it may be, you're not your full self. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna make moves and do things that's completely don't make sense to nobody but you and your drug induced mind. And I keep telling y'all, we back on it, man. Jazz 1G. We back on it, man. Alcohol and drugs the same thing. So it's like let's just lump alcohol in with drugs. It's like when you own drugs, you're not in your right mind. A lot of the decisions you make only make sense to you. If you're around a bunch of yes men, then they're not even gonna tell you like, bro, you calling in acting like a doctor? I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, you acting like you're a doctor. Like, you could pay somebody and pay somebody and pay somebody to get this for you. Why are you close? Why are you so close to this? It was supposed to be some drug runners got busted, and that was it. And NBA YoungBoy name that's supposed to be nowhere in that. It's supposed to just be some drug dealers got busted. You don't act like how you would if you were you don't. Bro, listen. If you're on alcohol or on drugs for a long time, a lot of the decisions you make is gonna be alcohol induced, drug induced. You're not gonna know that until you're sober. I got a cousin that's been sober for like 6, 7 years now. When he was on drugs a lot, he wasn't the same person. The stuff he was saying, the way he was acting, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't himself. Huh, bro? Hey, LNS Rizzy, what's up with you, man? Just trying to let y'all know, man. Y'all think NBA YoungBoy crashed out? He did, but NBA YoungBoy wasn't himself, bro. That boy wasn't. They say that boy is popping like 10 pills a day. You not yourself, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like you don't be yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I ain't saying don't blame him. I'm not saying that. Oh, you can't blame NBA YoungBoy. He wasn't himself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that NBA YoungBoy chose. See, a lot of times people choose that stuff. NBA YoungBoy, he chose drugs over fame. He chose being high over making millions of dollars. It'll do you like that. It'll be like everything else. Pittsburgh, what's up, Pittsburgh? What's up with you, man? What's going on? I'm just in here talking about YoungBoy and his drug-induced crash out. Y'all, excuse me, my face be getting a little oily out here in this sun. It was a drug-induced crash out, bro. That was nothing but drugs. You know what I'm saying? 42 vibe, 100, man. 40, 41, 2, Vibe, what's up with you, man? Same shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like when you on alcohol and when you on drugs, you're not yourself. If you ever beat an addiction, think about the mistakes you made. Think about the decisions you made while you was in that when you was incapacitated like that. Your floor is not going all the way up to the top floor. It's going up to the seventh, to the eighth. You're not thinking like yourself, and that's what happened with NBA Youngboy. He just when I hear about the stuff he was doing, you calling it acting like a doctor, you can't even talk. These youngsters crashing out, not okay. It's not okay, bro. Not even the least bit, bro. Like it's this new era got these youngsters feeling like crashing out is cool. I guess. I mean that's the only thing I could think of. You know I'm an OG, so I be thinking of maybe that's what it is. Like it's cool to crash out. Maybe people got extra years to live and they don't mind sitting in jail and they don't mind not being free. I don't know. I was locked up before. It wasn't fun at all. I hated every minute of it. I learned my lesson for sure. They trying to fill the void, with drugs, exactly, and alcohol. That's the one thing I try to. That's the one thing I try to get through to people on that follow me. Alcohol and drugs are the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's man. I'm just riding this topic out because it's a hot topic, and since a lot of people look up to Youngboy, I heard there's people crying and people, losing their shit behind it. NBA Youngboy chose this for himself. Mando, what's going on, man? My bad, man. My phone had died, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. It's hot in this car, man. Glad to see you healthy and straight, gang, man. Appreciate you, man, though. I know you probably left. I'm back, though, man. I'm back. I'm just hanging on like a hubcap in the fast lane, man. Trying not to hydroplane, man. That's how I'm trying to do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real for me offline, just like it's real for everybody else offline. I ain't no different. But yeah, that's the only way I can make sense of what NBA Youngboy did. That's the only way I can make sense of it. That it was just drug induced. That's the only way to make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when people throw their life away for nothing. See, people that's on drugs, they make sense. Stuff makes sense to them, and that's the only person. They ain't got to check with nobody else. They ain't got to check with God. They ain't got to check with their colleagues. If it makes sense to them, then that's all that matters. And unfortunately, it cost my boy, man. It cost my boy his freedom. We can't be mad. We can't be feeling so sorry for Youngboy because he chose drugs over having any woman he want, over having money, over having fame. Yeah, he was locked up. Locked me up for 3 years in a mansion. I won't go nowhere. Put me in a mansion for 3 years. I ain't going nowhere. Everybody gonna come to me. I ain't going nowhere. Put me in the mansion. I won't be complaining about nothing. I spend 3 days in the West Wing, 3 days in the East Wing. I would not be. Y'all come through, kick it with me, man. I mean, it just go to show, man. That thug bug, man. And I tell y'all that thug bug is something serious. That thug life is a disease, bro. It's really the street life and the bad habits you pick up might as well be classified as heroin, crack. It does all the things to you that drugs do to you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you gotta understand his perspective too. Once you gotta avoid. I mean, I mean, I can't really understand his perspective. I could see where what he think, what he thought, but okay, your perspective got you locked up. Your perspective got you out of here. No amount of money, girls, none of that can fill up a man. None is gonna make sense. I mean, you need God. What happened? Just go to God. He trying to get high from the drug. Man, go to God, bro. If man can't help you, if you can't help you, I know the man upstairs can help you. For sure. Go to him. He gonna get you right. He gonna put it right there and you can pray to him. Pray to God. Don't ask nobody to pray for you. You pray for yourself. That's how you get your own connection with God. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, nah, bro. Like sometimes, like NBA's Youngboy perspective, it made sense to him. It didn't make sense to the Utah police. It didn't make sense to the drug pharmacies, and it made sense to him, and that's why he locked up. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people do stuff that makes sense to them, and it hurt them in the long run. It happens. It happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, the police not ready to hear that. You can't tell no judge, oh man, I was trying to fill a void, man. But it's so much guilt that he carry. Hey man, who told you to develop guilt? Who told? See that I'm feeling you, J Swan G. But it's like, who told you to do things that will haunt you? I got family members, friends. There's, man, we did this back in the day. Still, well, man, nobody even told you to do that back in the day. You shouldn't have done that back then. You know, ultimately the devil. See, this you got to understand how the devil works. The devil wants you dead while you're alive. Commando. It doesn't make sense, period. If it made sense, there wouldn't be laws set against it. Exactly. No judge trying to hear ain't trying to hear none of that. The judge like, what? You what? You did what? Man, give him 10 years and get him out of this courtroom for even trying to play with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, man. I forgot where I was going with it. I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, all I can say is this life that you gotta just see. That's what I was talking about last night on my live. Just because you in the streets, just because you a criminal, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep that. And it's like, I give y'all game. Look, I'm so cold with how I try to give y'all game. I give y'all game to leave the streets, or I give you game where it's like, ultimately, if you're going to be in the streets. I was in the streets for 20 years plus. I was in the streets I was a veteran. I'm a war-torn street veteran. I got scars and everything that been shot, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're going to be a criminal and you know you're breaking laws, you got to keep the element of crime around you, away from around you as much as you can. You don't want to be a car pullover away from going to jail. You don't want to be a raid away from going to jail. You want to be on top of all of that. And he had enough money to be on. The more money you got, the more you got for your cover up, the more you got for your facade, the more you got to buy a safe, the more you got to put a small apartment on the outskirts of town into somebody's name and pay them $1,000 a month, you know, extra to keep the place. To keep, like, the more money you got, the more, you know. NBA Youngboy had too much money. It's dudes in the street without even hitting much money that operate better than that. I mean, give my man Josh likes and subscribe and stop and listen to this, man. Man, I appreciate, hey bro, I appreciate you for saying that for me, man. I real recognize real, bro. I appreciate that, Commando. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't the past haunt? I mean, the past haunt me, but to a certain degree, it's like I know I was a different person. Like when you're on drugs, you do things that only make sense to you. When you're in the streets, you do things that only make, you know. And I did things to other people in the streets. I wasn't like, it was enough of us playing in the game to where we could do stuff to each other and not feel bad about it. I didn't have to prey on like the public and like prey on suburban kids and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was in the streets dealing with other street individuals. You know, half of them gone, half of them still here, half of them locked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my partners died when I was a teenager. A lot of my friends died in my teens. You know, where I'm from, Richmond, California, a lot of us died early. A lot of us died before we reached 2021. So a lot of my friends been dead for like 20 years. I only remember them as teenagers. I don't even remember them. I don't even know what it's like for them to be grown. Like how people only remember Pac when he was young. I only remember my friends. They died around the same time Pac died, right in that same era. You know what I'm saying? That stuff don't haunt me. I think about it, and I believe I pay for my karma sometimes with stuff that happened to me out the blue nowadays. But for the most part, I've asked for my forgiveness. You know, I went to God seriously, asked for my forgiveness, and I've been on the straight and narrow. I haven't been doing nothing wrong to nobody. I haven't cased nobody. I haven't swindled nobody. I haven't robbed nobody. At the end of the day, streets the only winner. I'm trying to tell you. Stay healthy, man. Stay happy, stay fit, and God will continue to bless you and set the path for you to walk on, bro. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I appreciate you, man, though. I appreciate your words of encouragement, man. I'm gonna take it and really apply it in real life off this phone. I'm trying to tell you. But I just want these youngsters to know. I want them to use NBA Youngboy as an example. If you're doing a bunch of stuff that don't make sense, if you get into all kind of trouble, if your family don't like you, if your teachers don't like you, your kids don't like you, and if you come around people, you know, if you because you high, you high. Man, I can't fool with them. They be high. Man, I can't fool with them. They be drunk. They don't be in their right mind. I can't. Yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. The streets mixed with drugs. Oh, it's over. It's over, y'all. But y'all pray for NBA Youngboy. He gonna sit down. For all the NBA Youngboy fans, he gonna sit down for about 5 years. Cause now they gotta detain him. They're like, okay, cause you know NBA Youngboy was saying, I'm not gonna stop doing drugs. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do. They like, okay, well, if you buck the system will buck back at you. Just try not to get caught up in the system. Cause you can't do it. Once you're in there, you're in there. You watched the NBA Youngboy Complex interview. I watched it. I watched how he was talking like he had sense and how he was sorry for what but you are, see this, I'm a full believer in this. You are your actions. That's like if I sit up here and have all this positivity, but I'm off here pimping, selling dope, scamming, but I'm on here talking all this positivity to y'all. You know what I'm saying? This NBA Youngboy, you said one thing, but then you do another thing. You know? He talks about the beauty industry and how evil it is and shit. I mean, I know that. We know that it's evil, man. It's not like it used to be. The rap game is not like it used to be. What you expected to do is not talent. You got to realize NBA Youngboy, he's a good rapper, but he's not really that talented. He's not better than like J. Cole, Benny the Butcher, and rappers that really put bar. He's more of a vibe. He's more of the things he do outside the booth as to what he do in the booth. That's the kind of superstars they want to push to the forefront. The ones that don't have talent, so they can make people keep thinking you ain't got to have talent to make it. They push Lil Durk up to the front. All he do is sing on tracks and play around. So it's demoralizing to what it's doing. Rappers like NBA Youngboy, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Durk, it's like it uninspires the real rappers that got something to really say to y'all, because they like, damn, for me to make it, I gotta not know how to talk. For me to make it, I gotta catch jail cases. For me to make it, I gotta be almost died in the streets. Good time, what's up with you, man? I'm back on here, man. They make the rappers think you gotta have a pipe dream to be a rapper. It ain't gotta be like that. But it's just they messed up the judge system. They messed up the gauntlet that rappers have to go through to make it to the top. It used to be your lyrics was enough to have. If you had bars, hit that like button and subscribe. I don't know why. A good time, I don't know. I think they hide it. I've started to get so many people in my lives to where they're not notifying people and they hide people. You just said that. They just tried to hide that. And that's not even nothing derogatory. I think YouTube is seeing the amount of subscribers I'm gaining. And they seeing how quick I'm rising, and they don't want to pay me. But I was like, I don't have my Cash App up. I don't ask for money. I just do this really to help people. I keep up with the trending topics like a YouTuber should, but I do my lives to really be instrumental to try to help people that need help, that need somebody to talk to, that might see a side of them that they only see. I try to, get this word out, man. And I'm just saying, when you own drugs, right, you're not yourself. You are not yourself. No matter how much you think you are yourself, you are not yourself. You're making decisions that's not what the average person with common sense would do, but it makes perfect sense to you, so you're gonna do it. And you're gonna pop another pill when you're coming down to, just in case you feel like the decision you made wasn't that good, you're gonna pop another pill to keep it good. You know how it is. I done pop pills before. I done been there. When you pop pills, you come up with a bunch of great ideas. You come up with a bunch of good things to think of, say a bunch of, and when you're coming down, the come down off pills is one. Like, you think coming down off alcohol, the come down off pills is so shitty. I'm talking about terrible off any kind of pill. Molly, Exo, Vicodin, any one of these kind of pills, Oxycontins, Any kind of these pills, man, Adderall, when you come down, you're gonna feel like taking another one because you're gonna feel terrible. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I'm just here to speak on and just tell the youngsters, man, don't be like NBA Youngboy. If you get something worth living for, something worth staying out the jail for, just focus on that, man. NBA Youngboy let a lot of people down. He let a lot of his fans down. He got 8 kids. He might have more than that. What you doing in prison? You do not, if you got 8 kids, you do not need to be in prison. You do not need to be off the streets. Your kids gonna need you. Each one of them, this one gonna need you. That one gonna need you. 3 of them gonna need you over here. 2 of them gonna, like, you got too many kids to be moving like that. You know what I'm saying? You got too much responsibilities. So what God will do is God will say, okay, I blessed you, but you messing over the blessing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it away from you. I'm gonna take it away from you. He giveth, he taketh away. Instead of you being, man, he got 8 kids, good time. This man got 8 kids and telling his probation officer he not gonna never stop doing drugs. It's just, if CRASHOUT was a person, y'all. And I'm about to go and get out of here. I'll get back on here in a little bit, man. Y'all stay locked in, hit the notification button. I drop like 2 or 3 lives a day, man. So I'll be back on here in a little bit.